Hey guys, it's Kate.
Her voice cracked.
Puberty.
Katie's going through second puberty. Is that menopause?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Katie and I'm here with my husband Chris.
Hello.
And I have made mini donut cereal before.
It was really good.
But after that, Chris was like, I wish you'd make lots of things mini. Like that should be the thing you do.
Yes,
and I was
tiny
like,
everything.
No, but now I'm doing it. So
Great.
So I wanted to know, what do you want me to make mini next?
Ooh, I think I want mini apple pies.
When you say apple pie, you mean like a whole little pie?
Think about a normal, regular, average sized pie.
Yes.
Apple pie and what that looks like.
Yes.
And then just envision a mini, tiny, baby, little...
Petite.
Petite. I want petite pies.
Petite pies.
Petite pies, tiny
What's
quarter
the way
size.
out of this?
There is no way out.
I'm not out of the intro. So the first thing I'm gonna make for these mini apple pies is the filling, and I'm gonna cook it ahead of time because I don't know how long these are gonna take in the oven to bake. It might be really quick. This just guarantees that our apples get cooked. So first thing we have is a pan over medium heat, and I'm going to melt 3 tablespoons of butter. And once our butter's melted, I have 1 large apple here that I've peeled, sliced, and diced. So we'll add that in, and we'll saute that for a couple minutes just until they get tender in the butter. So now I'm gonna add some sugar. Of course, you gotta have the cinnamon, some nutmeg, a pinch of salt, and then I'm gonna take some water and cornstarch. Whoop. I'm mixing the cornstarch and the water ahead of time so that we don't get clumps in our mixture here. Add that, and we'll let this cook for another 2 to 4 minutes just until our sauce thickens up and our apples cook a little bit more. And because it's always good to taste as you go, I'm gonna take a little bit and see. That's good. You know what, like it could almost be a tad sweeter, or maybe I just have a sweet tooth. I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar, and I think that will be it. We'll let that dissolve in there. She is glistening, she is ooey, she is gooey. I think our filling is ready, so let's move on to the part that scares me the most. Let's do it, let's do it, let's go. I'm Ethel Merman. Next thing I have to work on is the crust. I could make this from scratch, but I'm gonna take a shortcut. I always like to save some time. And I'm gonna use store-bought pie dough, which generally tastes pretty good. And I'm shaming no one who does this. No shame. So I'm gonna sprinkle this with some flour and then roll it out a little bit thinner. Now the next question you might be asking is, Katie, what are you gonna bake this in? So I have this jar, which you might be like, whoa, what? But the cap of these little jars are the perfect little apple pans. These came in a pack of 20, so now I have a bunch of jars that I could fill with spices. Tell me in the comments what you would do with 20 of these jars. Make a Pinterest board, give me ideas. So this is our pie dish, but I wanna cut circles that are a little bit larger than them. So the cap to my cooking spray is the perfect size. And I am just going to take this, press down, and cut out 40 circles. We want 1 for the base crust and 1 for the top crust. Now I'll lay out all my jar lids on a baking sheet. Then I'm gonna spray these guys with vegetable oil to make sure the crust doesn't stick. So we'll take our little baby crusts and we're gonna place it into the base. And there's our first little pie. It is cute. So I'm just gonna repeat this 20 times. My bottom crust is done, so now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of filling. All the pies are filled, so now I have to make the top. I really want to do a lattice because I think that would look very cute, very neat, but could be very tricky. So I have my 20 remaining dough circles, and I'm gonna just cut them into thin slices. I'll use 4 strips to make the lattice. We'll crisscross that and then use a fork to help seal the edges. Then I'll take scissors to cut off the excess. First one was challenging, looks pretty cute. I like it, but he's little. I'm just gonna keep repeating this and do it 19 more times. No big deal. I've assembled all the pies. They're killing me with their cuteness. Last thing I need to do is add some egg wash so it gets nice and golden brown. Okay, they're all egg washed, assembled. I'm gonna go put them in the oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm gonna check them every 5 minutes so they don't burn. So while the pies are baking, we're gonna make a meringue. Why are we making a meringue? Because it looks like whipped cream. And I think it'd be really cute if all these little pies look like they have a dollop of whipped cream on top. So making a meringue is fairly easy. You just gotta make sure you have room temperature egg whites. I'm adding a little bit of cream of tartar, and this is just gonna help stabilize. And then we'll add a pinch of salt. We're gonna whisk these eggs until they get nice and foamy and form soft peaks. Then we'll add granulated sugar just a little bit at a time. If you do it too fast, you're gonna deflate your eggs. You're gonna let that mix on high until the eggs get nice and shiny and we get stiff peaks. Another way to know you're done is if you can take this bowl, hold it over your head, and nothing falls. You don't have to put it over your head, I guess. Doesn't have to be that risky. So I'm gonna go put this in a piping bag and we're gonna pipe out little whipped cream dollops. They look like little chocolate chips. I'm gonna go bake them in the oven at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 minutes to an hour until they're all the way dried through and I can easily peel them off. Let's do it. Guys, the pies are baked, they're cooled, and they are so cute. So the last thing I'm gonna do is pipe on a little bit of frosting to each to act as the glue to stick on our meringue. These guys are finished. They're so adorable. I can't wait for Chris to see them. I'm gonna put these little babies in a bowl and serve them as cereal. And then we'll see what Chris thinks. Chris! Open your eyes.
Whoa! Those look like real fancy pies. That's fancy schmancy.
Ooh, schmancy.
Schmancy.
So do you want to try it?
Absolutely. That's a beautiful looking pie.
So you ate that all in one bite.
That is great.
Pios, the cereal that makes you go, oh, that's good.
Eat the pios now until you cry. It's time to eat those pios.
Did you say eat the pies till you cry?
Oh, yes!